Welcome to the Sandman Film School, the free video blog on filmmaking.
As I'm working on my feature film End of the Devil, I will share with you a few tips and tricks as the production goes. Today we're going to talk about writing script and especially writing a script for one location, for one closed space. End of the Devil was written that way. Everything is taking place in one house and I'm using 3 or 4 rooms in that house to tell my story. It's the absolute best way to lower your budget, of course, because you don't have to move your cast and crew around. There are a lot of good ways to work your script to make it interesting, because of course you can't have a car chase and people running everywhere because it's all happening in one house, in one place. But you can create rhythm in many other ways. First, I would recommend working hard on defining your characters, making them perfect with their qualities and their flaws, and maybe even thinking about the conflict between the characters when you create them. Meaning deciding on their flaws and quality according to the other characters around, so you know they will enter into conflict at some point. An easy example would be to have a black person and a racist person. You know those two are gonna get into conflict at some point in the story. A more subtle example would be to have 2 characters that need to take the lead, to control everything. And anytime you have a situation in your story, you know those 2 characters will want to take the lead, and they will get into conflict too. The conflict is important to create rhythm, because you don't have action scenes to move the story around. All you have is your characters talking, so having them enter into conflict and making them look human is quite important. And another tool to work on your rhythm is creating events in your story very often, events that change the story. I would say every 10 minutes or so, trying to add something in your story. It's quite important to create rhythm. Like I don't know, having one character entering into the story or another one leaving, or maybe one character was ill and now he's okay, or one character is dead. You know, you can come up with a lot of little ideas to boost your story. And also, what's important about the story is the danger and the risks for your characters. If the world is at stake, it might be a bit hard to justify it, because we won't see the outside world. So how do your audience connect with that? It's a bit dangerous to play with too high stakes, and I would recommend using something simple. Or maybe your characters' lives are at stake, but even lower stakes is cool too, because it's all about the connection between the characters and their relations. So it might also be a good idea working with dangers and risks. It might be also a good tool to justify why the story is happening in one place, because I think it's important to justify why it's all happening in one location. Maybe it can be simple. Maybe it's just a house in a remote location in the countryside or whatever, or maybe the characters are locked inside, the doors are locked. Or maybe, like in Assault, they are inside a house, and outside there are cops waiting for them to come out to arrest them, so they are forced to stay inside. So I think that's it for this week. If you want to know more about the story of End of the Devil, go check our Facebook page, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye bye.